What's up, guys? One Koala Man here, bringing you episode number 18 of our fairy tale reviews. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to destroy that like button down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be in the loop of what's going on in these episodes. Make sure to share it to your friends, share it to your parents, share it to whoever you feel like would enjoy this series. And follow me on Twitter, is @OneKoalaMan, in case I forget to leave it in the description because my memory is complete booty. And let's get this mother underway. So we start off where we left off last episode, and that is Erza changing into her new armor, which is called the Giant Armor. And what the Giant Armor is it increases her strength, I don't know by how much, and it increases the power of her throwing. So she's going to be really good at throwing, and she summons this spear, and it's called the Spear of Haja, and it dispels any sort of darkness and things like that. And what she's going to do with that spear, she's going to chuck it straight at the moon. So her and Natsu are actually going through with destroying the freaking moon. And so she's coming up with this plan with Natsu, so when she throws it, Natsu has to punch the bottom of the spear to make it kind of like a fire propelled weapon, and it'll go straight into the moon, and boom bam in the Shazam, everything's good. So they get ready, she chucks it, Natsu punches it, and it hits the moon, and it starts cracking the moon. And everybody's like, what, they actually did that? And it just shatters everything, and then the real moon appears. And apparently Erza explains that the moon drip caused so much gas around the island, on top, it made kind of a dome, and then it just crystallized. So it was like a invisible dome crystal, floating above the island because of the side effects of the moon drip. But even though the moon technically got destroyed, or the moon drip got destroyed, the villagers stayed as demons. And Erza's saying, yeah, I kind of figured that would happen because the demon form is their original form, and they have the power to temporarily turn into humans. And the moon drip, the only thing that was affecting the villagers from the moon drip was the memory, and their memory was that they were humans. So that's why they thought they were humans, but actually in turn they were actually demons the whole time. I'm like, wow, talk about a plot twist. And Bobo, if you don't recognize Bobo's name, Bobo is the boat driver that I guess sailed Natsu, Gray, Lucy, and Happy to the Galuna Island, and then he just magically disappeared. And turns out he had wings, and everybody has wings, so they get super happy about everything that went down, and they're super relieved, and they invite the squad to a feast that they're gonna have. So the demon village has a giant feast, and everybody's invited, all that good stuff. And then Yuka and Sherry come in, Mega Brows and Love Girl. That's funny, dude. Yuka's eyebrows are so freaking ridiculous. But anyways, they come on down, and I'm like, what? They lost. They should be cool, and they're saying we gotta handle this because the Cold Emperor is freaking done for. And Toby's watching Cold Emperor and all that good stuff. And then Erza makes quick work of them. And the reason why Yuka and Sherry came was to apologize for everything, actually. So, I guess it was alright. And they were like a lost cause kind of thing. Because Deliora destroyed their village, Leon said that he would help them kill Deliora. So they were, persuaded or convinced to join Leon, and so they did all that. That's why they did it, to get revenge on Deliora and what Deliora's done to their villages back in the past. And so Natsu's like, oh wait, cool, you come on down to the feast, we're having a giant feast, you guys are invited, let's do it. And so Yuka and Sherry are invited to this feast, and that's pretty much it. They dine and dash pretty much. They just eat and then they just leave the next morning. So during all this, all this stuff, Zalti, the masked man, is actually lurking around, looking down at the village, and he's got a floating orb next to him, and he's talking to Seagrain. And Seagrain is the blue hair guy with a tattoo or birthmark or scar, whatever that thing is on his face. It's actually pretty cool. But anyways, they're in cahoots with each other, and turns out Zalti actually did restore the village back to its original state. And he is weird because, like, he has to report back to Seagrain, and he takes off his mask, so we finally see his face, and he changes, like he transforms, and he is actually a she. So that's probably why Natsu smelled the lady's perfume when they fought, because he is actually a she. Talk about another plot twist. So the next day, Erza's busy declining every offer that the village is trying to do to reward them for their, like, as a thank you for, you know, solving this problem on the island. And she can't accept the money because everybody that accepted the request was not an S-class wizard, except for Erza. But she only came to the island to get the squad and get out of there. So she couldn't accept that, but she did ask for the gate key, and Lucy was super happy about that because she is probably a zodiac key, and there's only 12 zodiac keys in existence, and I believe she has 5 at the moment. And so she's super happy. And then, you know, the villagers are offering different things. Erza, you know, respectfully declines, and Bobo asked, well, let me at least take you back on my boat. And Erza's like, oh, I'm sorry, I already got a boat ride home. And it's that giant pirate ship she hijacked back when she was coming to the island to get the squad and get them out. So they start leaving on the boat. You know, of course, Natsu gets seasick or motion sick, so he's hanging off the edge, waiting to throw up, trying to do whatever to himself. So now we get kicked back from the pirate ship onto Erza, and that is where the Magic Council is. And Seagrain is talking to this girl, this lady that happened to be, you know, Zalti back when she was Zalti. And this is the episode of plot twist here. Turns out, okay, first of all, her name is Ultir, and she is the daughter of Ur. And if you remember, Ur lost her daughter, and she does not like Ur. Like, Ultir despises Ur. I don't know why. I really have no idea why. I don't know. That's just a big, like, we just got plopped right in the middle of another storyline moment. So I don't know anything about Ultir now. So hopefully we get a background of what happened with Ultir, because I don't know. So now we're back to Magnolia, and the squad is finally back from Galuna Island. And Lucy mentions about her gate key, her golden gate key, and she mentions that it's Sagittarius, which is the archer, and it's kind of like a horseman. Now we don't know what he looks like yet, and and Gray's thinking like it's a little boy horse. I'll put a picture of it. It's funny. Lucy thinks it's like some centaur looking thing, and I don't know what the heck Natsu's thinking. Natsu thinks it's some weird tentacle thing. That's whatever. And Erza mentions that, hey, did you guys forget about the punishments? And Gray's like, no, I can't live through that again. Please kill me now. I'm like, what the freaking heck is up with these punishments? And Natsu's like, don't worry, I got this. The master loves me. And Erza like says something, and then he starts sweating really bad. He starts like profusely sweating out everything, and Erza has to drag him to the guild hall. So what are these punishments? I have no idea. I cannot wait to see what these punishments are for Natsu, Gray, and Lucy, and especially Happy. So that is the end of today's fairy tale episode. Alrighty guys, you already know I don't like to end off these episodes without a question of the day. And today's question for the day is, of all of Erza's armor that we've been introduced to, that includes the Heaven's Wheel armor, the Flame Empress armor, the Black Wing armor, I'm not sure if that's the actual armor, but it's the black one, and the Giant armor. Which armor is your favorite of the 4 that we've been introduced to? Or, just her regular whatever armor that she wears every day. And my favorite is the Heaven's Wheel armor, not because it brings out her big eyes, but because it's just legit. She summons all the swords all around her. She shoots the swords at people. It's just, woo! Woo! Erza's crazy, man. I love that armor. I also like the black wing armor because it looks freaking legit. I mean, come on now. But out of the 4 or 5, I love the Heaven's Wheel armor. Now, I don't know if that's the actual armor name. That's what I'm calling it. That's what it's called. So, leave in the comments down below what your favorite armor is of the 5 armors. That is, I'll repeat them again, the Heaven's Wheel armor, the Giant armor, the Flame Empress armor, the Black Wing armor, and just her regular armor that she wears every day. So leave that down in the comments below. And, as always guys, keep it cool.